The North Atlantic, April 14, 1912. A night cloaked in a stillness so profound it was almost unnerving. The sea lay like a mirror, reflecting the star-studded sky, an illusion of tranquility that belied the impending doom. The RMS Titanic, a behemoth of its time, sliced through the obsidian waters, its engines humming with the promise of a new era in maritime travel. Its illuminated decks a beacon of grandeur against the vast emptiness, a floating palace that seemed invincible. Passengers, lulled by the ship's opulence and unwavering confidence in its might, reveled in the excitement of the voyage. They danced, dined, and dreamed, unaware of the lurking danger. Unaware they were sailing towards an icy rendezvous, a fateful encounter that would forever etch their stories into the annals of maritime history. The iceberg, a silent sentinel, awaited its moment. What transpired that night? The heart-wrenching cries, the desperate scramble for lifeboats, the chilling plunge into the icy abyss, has been told and retold, becoming a chilling reminder of the capricious nature of fate. The Titanic's final moments, as it broke apart and sank beneath the waves, have been immortalized in countless retellings, each one a testament to the fragility of human endeavor. Yet amidst the well-known narrative, there lies another story, a tale shrouded in shadows and whispers. A story of missed opportunities and agonizing proximity to salvation, the story of the SS Californian. The Californian, an unassuming vessel dwarfed by the Titanic's grandeur, found itself an unwitting player in this maritime tragedy. Its crew, unaware of the Titanic's distress signals, remained oblivious to the unfolding disaster. The Californian, so close yet so far, was a mere 10 miles away, its crew's inaction a haunting reminder of what might have been. The Titanic's flares, misinterpreted as celebratory fireworks, went unanswered. It was a night that would forever bind their fates, one succumbing to the depths while the other grappled with the chilling weight of its proximity to the disaster. The Californian's crew, upon learning of the tragedy, would be forever haunted by their inaction. Its story, often relegated to the footnotes of history, holds a haunting significance. A stark reminder that sometimes the difference between triumph and tragedy can be a matter of mere miles, of misinterpreted signals, of decisions made in the face of uncertainty. The tale of the Titanic and the Californian is a poignant chapter in maritime history, a lesson in vigilance, communication, and the profound impact of human decisions. It serves as a somber reminder that even the mightiest can fall, and that sometimes salvation is just out of reach. The SS Californian had been ensnared by the icy grip of the Arctic, its progress halted by a formidable ice field, a barrier of nature that seemed insurmountable. Captain Stanley Lord, a seasoned mariner with years of experience navigating treacherous waters, made the prudent decision to hold his vessel's position until daybreak, a decision that would later become a focal point of intense scrutiny and debate among maritime historians and enthusiasts. Unbeknownst to him, a mere 20 miles away, the unsinkable Titanic was about to encounter its nemesis, an iceberg that would seal its fate. As the Californian lay stationary, its wireless operator, Cyril Evans, received a series of messages from the Titanic, messages that seemed routine at first glance. These were not frantic distress calls, but routine communications about ice conditions, a common exchange in those icy waters. Evans dutifully relayed the information to the bridge, but the messages did not raise immediate alarm, as ice warnings were a regular occurrence in the North Atlantic. Meanwhile, on the Titanic, the mood was festive, the air thick with anticipation of the journey ahead, a journey that promised luxury and adventure. Passengers dined in opulent grandeur, unaware that the icy breath of danger was closing in, their conversations filled with excitement and plans for the days to come. The Californian, shrouded in the stillness of the Arctic night, remained oblivious to the drama unfolding just beyond the horizon, a silent witness in the dark. Its crew, unaware of the impending disaster, slept soundly, their dreams undisturbed by the faint flickering lights that would soon pierce the darkness, signaling a tragedy that would echo through history. A few hours later, as the night deepened, the Californian's crew observed mysterious lights on the horizon. The sea was calm, and the night was eerily quiet, amplifying the sense of unease among the crew. These lights, appearing to move erratically, sparked curiosity and some concern. The crew debated among themselves, trying to make sense of the unusual sight. Was it another ship in distress, or just a trick of the light? Captain Lord, alerted to the unusual sight, observed them through his binoculars, but dismissed them as the lights of a smaller vessel. He believed there was no immediate danger, and decided not to take any further action. At the same time, the Titanic's crew, having struck an iceberg, were frantically sending out distress signals. The massive ship was taking on water rapidly, and the crew knew they had little time to spare. Their calls, however, went unanswered by the Californian. The crew of the Californian, unaware of the Titanic's dire situation, continued their night watch, oblivious to the unfolding disaster. The reasons for this communication breakdown remain a subject of debate. Some historians argue that the Californian's wireless operator had already retired for the night, missing the distress calls entirely. Some argue that the Californian's wireless operator had already retired for the night, while others suggest that atmospheric conditions may have interfered with the signals. The cold, clear night could have caused unusual atmospheric phenomena, distorting the signals. Whatever the cause, the result was tragically clear. The Titanic's desperate pleas for help went unheard by the ship closest to its location. The Californian, which could have been a beacon of hope, remained silent. As the night wore on, the situation on the Titanic grew increasingly dire. The freezing Atlantic waters began to claim the ship, and the passengers' hope dwindled with each passing minute. Passengers, awakened by the jarring impact and the chilling realization of their predicament, were herded onto lifeboats. The lifeboats, though insufficient in number, became their only chance of survival in the icy waters. The Californian's crew, their curiosity piqued by the lights on the horizon, continued to observe the distant vessel throughout the long, dark night. They watched as the lights seemed to disappear, one by one, their significance lost in the vastness of the dark ocean. When dawn finally broke, it cast a harsh light on a scene of unimaginable horror and despair. The Californian's crew, alerted by the arrival of another ship, the RMS Carpathia, learned the devastating and heartbreaking truth. The lights they had observed were not those of a small, insignificant vessel, but the distress rockets of the unsinkable Titanic. The ship they had seen on the horizon, the ship they could have reached in time, now lay at the bottom of the cold ocean. The news sent shockwaves through the Californian's crew, leaving them in utter disbelief. The realization that they had been so close, yet tragically unaware of the unfolding disaster, left them reeling with regret. The weight of their proximity to the tragedy, the agonizing what-ifs that plagued their thoughts, would forever haunt them deeply.